Hi, happy Monday. Happy Monday and welcome. Welcome to my backyard. So we've got just a little bit of peace and quiet back here on an optimistically cloudy spring day. So the temperatures are lovely and the air is fresh and the birds are singing and yeah, spring is on its way. So let's see what the Word Box has to offer us for this transitional period as we move from winter into new birth and sunshine and all kinds of other fun outdoor opportunities. So yeah, we've been getting a lot of the words from the C in the alphabet, so I mixed up the words to see if we could come up with something a little bit different today. Okay, let's see. Okay, the word of the week is authenticity. Authenticity. So, authenticity is kind of a trendy idea lately. A lot of people looking to be a little more real, and it's authenticity has become a little bit of a sell point for us in the yoga community, and that's a good thing because being real and knowing ourselves is really a strength and a part of the process of yoga. That's self-realization, self-knowledge, self-exploration. So good to contemplate authenticity, but I would say from what I see and from what I'm working with within my own persona is that authenticity itself is a little bit slippery, a little bit, slippery and evasive around the edges. For one thing, if you're really real and you're in each moment very fully and completely, then you'll know that there's a little bit of a moving target sensation where depending on what's bubbling up for you, depending on what you're working with, you feel a little bit different each day, each situation, each conversation sometimes. So authenticity can be a little bit difficult to nail down. And weeding apart what's true to your personality and which are just your habits or your coping strategies or your ways of defending and protecting or opening and sharing, that's tender territory. It takes a lot of careful investigation to get a sense of what's strong and real for you. And I think that the older I get, the more I appreciate that. And every bit as real as I was, say, 20 years ago, I am today, but absolutely a different person, a different person in many ways. So for that reason, authenticity is slippery. And I think I'm going to share with you frog pose, because frog pose is where I go to find my authenticity. It's a very yin introspective asana. It's very vulnerable through the hips and the low belly area, which helps me get into the grit of what's real and what's really going on for myself. It's a very healing asana. So yeah, let's talk about it. And I think I'll drag my mat and orient it a little bit differently so that we can practice without getting mud on the knees. A little shift here of perspective. Come on, little word card. Stand up right there for me. Frog pose requires us to come to all fours and then to widen the space between the knees as much as possible. And my hips are shaped and structured in such a way that I can get pretty much flat to the ground, but that's not as common, not as usual. I'm looking for a 90-degree bend at the ankle, so my foot is flexed or flat-footed for a 90-degree bend at the ankle. I want the same 90 degrees at the knees, and I want the same 90 degrees at the hips. And then I'm gonna come down this way. Now, if you're not able to come flat onto the ground in your frog, then take your block, convenient right there, and put it right under the sternum. And that will help support so that you don't have as much crunch and sway into the low back. The tendency will be to either pull the hips forward to come relief or maybe to go back a little bit to try to find relief. But see if you can get that true alignment, 90 degrees. And then once you're down, whether you're on the ground or on a block, Relax your arms and your shoulders, and relax your head down. And relax your whole self into gravity. It takes quite a bit of faith to be in frog pose, and I'm getting up because I would like to show you an option for those of you who don't have as much external rotation through the hips, and you may be much better off on your back. And so for this one, I'm going to face the same way, but I'm going to lie on my back. And ideally I would be along the wall, so that as I lie down, my feet could be up against the wall this way. Since I don't have a wall out here, we're going to have to just imagine and pretend, but I'll show you the lineup, or the alignment, and what I see as some common flaws or common misalignment. Remember, you're looking for the same 90 degrees. So 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees, and 90 degrees at the ankles. So you see that that's going to put my knees right here, thighs parallel, my knees right in a line to my hips. So my feet are flat or flexed as if the wall were there. What I see most often is that people put their bum too close to the wall, and so when their feet are on the wall, they've got like this child's pose or happy baby-ish kind of a sensation. So be sure that your bum is away from the wall, your shin length, so that you can align yourself to 90 degrees in each of those directions. Once you get into frog pose, you're going to want to hold the pose for 3 to 5 minutes and relax yourself and take that opportunity to yin on in, to come into muscular relaxation so that the pose can have an impact on fascia, the connective tissue. So it's meant to be still and soft and sustained. Then as you come out of frog pose, please push back into child's pose or slide forward onto your belly. Bring your knees together with your hands and hug into your chest, and give your body a couple moments to rebound and to flush through that asana so that you come out of it safely. And whoa! Okay, we'll end with this. So yeah, that's my thought on authenticity, and I hope you enjoy that share about frog pose and the wind that knocks over the camera that just lets me peace out. Namaste. Have a great week.